What's up, guys? Duster McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the franchise mode series here with the Pittsburgh Penguins and Rick Rebuild, as we are looking to rebuild the Pittsburgh Penguins. In today's episode, this is actually going to be a quick update episode. As you guys can see with the calendar, we're only 4 games away from the trade deadline. So we're going to be, I don't know if we're going to sim up to the trade deadline or at least sim through all of these games to get to the trade deadline. But this is going to be a quick episode because I want to give you guys a full breakdown on the team, stats, and where we're at right now at this point in the season before we make any decisions on if we should make trades here before the deadline. But before we hop into today's episode, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are just hit 400 subscribers last week, and I can't thank you guys enough for the love and support you guys have been showing throughout the few past years that we've been really grinding on the channel. Again, I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. I couldn't do it without you. So let's hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's smash that subscriber button. Hit the thumbs up as well if you guys enjoy this series. If you enjoy these videos, smash that thumbs up. I'll be bringing new videos here. I'm going to be trying to bring a Saturday series here that I think you guys will really enjoy. So we'll get into that later on. That'll be a surprise. Probably, I think, Christmas upload for you guys. You'll find out here what I mean in just a moment in the next couple of weeks. But here we are, guys, 4 games to go before the trade deadline. I don't think we're going to get into any today. If anything, we'll only play the Carolina game, but I do want to at least sim up to that because in the last episode we did have some contracts we threw out there. So I want to try to get a response back, which we do get Denis Guniarov. He does resign at a discount deal, which is really nice. So now we're starting to figure out what our team is going to look like here next year with potential moves. Again, the only player I would say we're really waiting on at this point to figure out what type of season they have is going to be Bryan Rust. At this point, he wants 4.675. Near the start, he was looking for like $6 million, which was absolutely insane. He hasn't had the best of years, and we have about 12.22 million left to work with, which again, we might look to potentially re-sign Tuukka Rask. As of right now, he wants 7.3 for 2 years at 35 years old. I don't know if I could pull the trigger on that, even if we have 13 million left to work with. It's hard to give that to an older goaltender, as all they do is really decline. Demers doesn't want to re-sign. He wants 3.1 for 2 years. 33 years old. We could probably find somebody else in the offseason. Zach Astorins wants 2 million, basically, for somebody who hasn't been playing much at all this year. Boyle, he wants 1.575, which again, I feel like we could bring in somebody else who could do his job maybe even better. And then Chad Ruhwedel, again, he wants 1.2. I don't think I'm going to give that to him. He does want a little bit of a pay cut. Again, 31 years old, we could probably bring in somebody else to do his job for him, which, again, we might look to do that here in today's episode. Who knows? But we're going to give you a full breakdown. What I also do want to take a look at are pending free agents. Again, that does not mean that these guys are going to be free agents, but it could be a huge year here as centerman. I don't think we need to go after any centers, but there are a lot of pending free agents. Honestly, Kopp would be a nice little shout at the center position. I will actually put out a complete scouting report on him. He hasn't had the best of years. He does fit forward line 3, and he's got 1 year left. 84 overall. That would actually be a nice little Kopp there. Norris, another. Dylan STROME. I'm surprised he's only 83 overall. Forward line 1, I do also want to kind of scout him for the potential of maybe upgrading our third line center. But if anything, at the wings, again, we've got a bunch of guys up there. Honestly, Olofsson would be a really nice shout. Greenway, again, I know we tried scouting him earlier in the year and he doesn't really fit our lines. Now, again, with the potential of potentially losing Bryan Rust, right winger would be where we would need the upgrade at. Raquel would be really nice, not going to lie. Forward line 4, so he doesn't really fit the lineup. I want somebody a little bit younger. Roslovic would be a nice little shout, 25 years old. He doesn't fit any of our lines, which is unfortunate. Pulivari might be a nice little shout. He hasn't had the best of years. Capo Caco, if he doesn't re-sign, again, 21 years old. Bottom six forward lines, so that could work out. Maybe move Kapanen up to that second line, give him a shout. Who knows? But I am mostly interested in goaltenders for the upcoming year. Tuukka, we could maybe even bring back Fleury, but at that point it would be a better probably opportunity to bring back Rask, as he is a little bit younger. Who knows what Fleury is going to want. We could maybe even bring in Kemper. Samsonov would be a nice little shout. Again, these are all potentials. It's nothing set in stone just because we have to wait for teams to make their own signings. But now we're going to really get into the heart of this episode and take a look at the lines. Again, this is the pre-trade deadline episode where I need you guys to give me your input. One thing to keep in mind, Crosby is out. We're not going to be getting rid of Crosby, so at this point we have to consider Crosby out of the lineup. But Guniarov, he's playing great. We're not looking to move him. We just brought him in on a trade. He actually fits the first line best out of this system. 1 year left. Again, we already got him signed for a really nice deal, which I am super happy about. Again, we took a look at his stats a little later before the episode. Honestly, top line at this point, top line, if you want to call it that. We're not getting rid of any of these guys. Gensel had a solid year so far. 17 goals, 32 assists. I honestly, Schneip, I don't know. Phenomenal skills, settle puck, wrist shot. Okay, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. I didn't really know that was his X factor, but points, again, he's put up some solid points this year. 17 goals, 32 assists, plus 25 with just a shy under 20 minutes a game. Malkin as well, 24 goals, 40 assists. We're not looking to get rid of him anytime soon. 35 years old. If anything, we'll just keep him on the team and potentially trade him later on. Kapanen, 7 goals, 21 assists. Not what we're looking for out of his type of input, especially with his contract. He's got the 1 year left. He did re-sign for, I think we got him for like 6 something at this point. So he will be coming back. Again, great speed, decent shooting. And what's his line fit? He fits best, honestly, on the third line, which is kind of sucky. But again, we'll get him back on that second line eventually, or he is on the second line. Maybe we should leave him there. And then, because we can't, if we move Guniarov back down here, it's only the +1. It actually isn't a plus anything on that second line if we do that. So that's interesting. The Kapanen doesn't fit the second line, really. Carter, again, solid centerman. We might need to bring in a better centerman. I feel like Carter's more of a third line type center, even though he doesn't fit the third line at this point. Again, he's coming back on another discount deal. I think if anything in the offseason, if we can't sign Bryan Rust, we're going to need to bring in a centerman to maybe boost that second, third line position, because Teddy Bluger, again, he's great. I think he's going to be, we'll get into his stats here in just a minute, but I think we're going to want to keep Teddy Bluger around for that third, fourth line position, because if we're looking to upgrade, again, if you really think about it, we're going to be bumping Malkin back to the wing. Crosby goes there. Carter would go down to third line, and then Bluger we would be able to just get rid of Boyle. Bluger goes down to fourth line, Carter down to third, and then that opens up that second line center position for somebody to bring in the off season. Now, Bryan Rust, again, not a lot of points this year, not what we are typically accustomed to seeing out of Bryan Rust, especially after the last 2 years. In 56 games played, he put up 42 points last year. In 57 games played this year, he only has 29. Now, I'm sure those were first-line stats, so he's not on the first line anymore. But, man, it's been tailing off this year, and I'm not too happy with his progress. Depending on what he is going to ask for at the end of the year will depend on if we're going to bring him back or not. Again, he's asking for like the 4.7. We looked at it here at the start of the episode. He's got decent stats, don't get me wrong. But if he's not able to put something together here moving forward the rest of the season, and if he asks for too much and doesn't take a discount, we're going to have to get rid of him. And, I mean, that is what it is. Again, I love Rusty. Huge Penguins fan. Love Rusty. Love having him on the team. But if we can't make it fit, we're just going to have to cut him loose. And that, I mean, it's a business, and it is what it is. But Ho-Sang, on the other hand, for a third-line 78 overall player we brought in off of free agency, he has really produced. I'm really happy with his progress this year. 59 games played, 27 points. He is plus 18. I mean, that's amazing stuff to bring in. Again, last time in the NHL for a decent stint would have been 2018, 22 games, 12 points. So I think he's playing great, especially for his contract. I did not mean to back out of the edit lines, especially for his contract. I'm really happy. Really happy with what he has done. I believe we have him on a minimum contract. Yep, $900,000 for 2 years. So we have him for next year as well. 26 years old. He's only going to get better. Top 9 forward, high potential. And then Teddy Bluger, 21 points, 59 games played. Honestly, I'm kind of curious. What did he put up last year? 43 games played, 22 points. So he's already almost eclipsed that in a little bit more games played. So honestly, slowed down a little bit, but not too much. Again, one of his best years. I mean, 69 points, 22 games. We're already past that we're about to pass that in 59 games played. So really awesome stuff. Again, great skating, pretty decent shooting stats. Face-off 75, defensive awareness 85, which isn't too bad. On a 2-2 deal, again for 2 years, pretty nice to see. Rodriguez, again, depth player. I mean, he's got a good contract, $1 million for 1 year. I think we have him on a deal next year. I have to double check, but he's got good speed, decent shot for a third line player. Again, backup center if we need him for injury sakes, but again, he's not going to be getting points. He's kind of just out there to get it done. Heinen, who the Penguins brought over from the Ducks. I mean, he's solid points for a fourth line player. I'm not going to lie, 15 and 48 games played. It's already better than last year, although he only played 43. So I'm not too beat up about it. I mean, most points he ever had, Boston, I think 2018. Yeah, Boston 2018, 47 points in 77 games played. Definitely not on pace for that, but we're not expecting that out of him. And 26 years old, could expect a little bit more, but, you know, it is what it is. Brian Boyle, 6 goals, 7 assists. Again, if we don't bring him back, it's not going to be the end of the world. Not too worried about it. He has solid bounce for a big guy. 80 on the face-offs. He's got a pretty good shot power, not going to lie there. A great physical. He is that grinder type player. He's a first rounder back in 2003. I did not know that. And then Brock McGinn. Honestly, he hasn't done enough to make me want to bring him back. I mean, he's on a pretty bad contract as well, if you ask me, for a 79 overall depth forward, 4 years at 275. That's, I mean, he's got okay speed, okay shot. It's not the best. And honestly, we might want to look to move Brock McGinn here. If we actually take a look here at our scratched players, we've got Zach Aston Reese, he's not wanting a good deal when he comes back anyways. Honestly, could probably put him in instead of McGinn right now. I think we look to move McGinn here this year and see what we can do. The other scratch player here, Ruhwedel, again, I don't think we're going to look to bring him back. Another depth defenseman who we can just easily replace. Crosby, injured, 30 goals, 42 assists, plus 27. He's absolutely killing it. Obviously, stats unbelievable. 88 face-offs, which is also a bonus. He's been playing great. I'm taking a look here at defense. Letang, solid year, 14 goals, 33 assists. We're not looking to get rid of him or Dumoulin. Dumoulin, plus 36, absolutely insane. Marino, 6 goals, 14 assists. Not the best, but not terrible. Actually, if we moved him up, ooh, that would actually be kind of nice. Although, Dumoulin, defensive defenseman. I don't want to pair 2 defensive defensemen together. As much as I would want to do that, I don't want to do that. On our second pairing, we don't have any type of defenseman to shoot the puck. Although, it does give Letang a +1 and Marino a +1. We'll give it a try. We'll see how it works out. And give Marino a little bit of love. Although 2 right-handed defensemen, I don't really like that. So let's just keep Dumoulin up there. Actually, do you want to switch Marino over there? Because these 2 are both righties. These guys are both lefties. Can we move that around? I would prefer to have the +2. I can't swap that around to make it work. But Demers, solid defensive defenseman stats. 5 goals, 13 assists. Solid defenseman. Again, great skating for a defensive defenseman as well. Physical's not the best but again, he's getting the job done. Pettersson, 2 goals, 8 assists, another great depth defenseman. Although that contract, I'm not happy about that contract. I'm sure we'll be able to potentially move him in the future. Joseph, great stats for a rookie, 4 goals, 10 assists, 22 years old, 78 overall, top 4 medium potential. Speed, honestly, for a big guy, or semi-big guy, 6'2", he's got 86. Shot power is very good, accuracy not the best, and he's on a great contract, and we have him coming back on another good deal as well. Now for goaltenders, again, we've got Tuukka playing great, 916, 227, can't complain there. And then we got the Smith, 907, 278, not terrible, but not the best. Yeah, I mean, the team, let me know what you guys think down below, but who should we move out? Do we move Pettersson? Do we move that contract right now? Maybe bring in somebody else? On the offensive side of things, do we move McGinn? Do we bring in a centerman now for a push in the playoffs? Do we move Rust, or do we look to see how he does? Again, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I want to know what you guys' honest opinion is. I want to see the moves you guys would make. Let me know down below. I'll also take screenshots and post this on Discord and such, so go ahead and check that out. I'll drop the link for Discord down below, but let me know what you guys think on the team. That's really going to be it for today's episode. I don't want to play any games. I don't want to move any further until you guys give me the go-ahead on what moves you want to make. So again, drop comments down below. We need massive support in all of this. So again, comments down below. Hit the like button if you guys like this video. Again, I want to involve you as much as possible in the GM process. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. That's going to be it for today's episode. We will catch you guys Friday. But as always, stay dusty.